Tonight, a special look at Ronald Reagan, America's charismatic 40th president, who also served 2 terms as California's governor. As many of you know, he and his wife Nancy lived part-time in Santa Barbara County. Hidden away, there's a trove of presidential treasures rarely seen. The collection in the hills above Refugio drives home how humble of a man Ronald Reagan was.
I hope you're a good driver. You know what you're doing, I hope.
Yes, I've been driving this for quite a while.
President Ronald Reagan preferred to tool around behind the wheel of his own Jeeps, trucks, and tractor over limos. This red 1962 Willys Jeep CJ6 was his favorite.
These vehicles have been up here for decades.
This crew of preservationists and car lovers recently made the trek up to Rancho del Cielo, also known as the Western White House, during Reagan's years in office.
Everything was left exactly how the Reagans left it. Mrs. Reagan locked up the doors and handed us the keys in 1998.
Everything in its place, from the pillowcases and toothbrushes to the late president's fleet of daily drives tucked away in buildings and barns.
So we have a Humvee that we're working on right now. We've got pickup truck, we've got his Subaru, we've got tractor over here. And
this 1986 Secret Service Humvee followed the Reagans anytime they explored the ranch. Dana Newquist of Santa Barbara and the Young America's Foundation helped organize the day-long outing with this patriotic crew. Detailing expert Woody Robinson led the power washing pack.
It's important for many reasons. Reagan never bought anything new. He always bought everything used, and some of the vehicles were actually gifted to Reagan.
Everything here is really special to me because I like things that are original and untouched by the wrong hands.
Roy Miller is known for his expertise in classic automobiles. He has a deep respect for these, covered in dirt.
Driving up here, I couldn't help but think about having the Queen of England up here because it isn't what you would expect. There's nothing royal about this facility, and it's genuine, and it's an honor to be here.
Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, Margaret Thatcher, and Russian President Mikhail Gorbachev were among the dignitaries and celebrities welcomed to the ranch. The president loved playing tour guide across the 670 pristine acres.
People got in these very basic vehicles with 4-wheel drive, and they're conquering the world, so to speak.
Although not everyone appreciated the ranch's rustic simplicity.
Gorbachev walked up to the house and said, "Why are we at the servants' quarters? Where's the palace?" But of course, President Reagan was such a humble man that was his home. That's what he chose to live in. The leader of the free world chose to live in 1,800 square feet.
To some extent, though, the president had to keep himself in check. Before he became president, Ronald Reagan used to tool around in this Subaru Brat and drive this up to the Rancho del Cielo. However, after he became president, that was no longer okay driving a foreign-made car, so he started tooling around in his favorite American-made Willys Jeep. A one-word description by Barbara Walters quickly elevated the status of that Jeep.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but this is the scroungiest Jeep I have ever. The upholstery is coming out.
He took her for a trip around the ranch in that vehicle for her Thanksgiving Day special, which was really sweet, and it became a national icon because she called it a scroungy Jeep, the scroungiest vehicle she had ever been in. Mrs. Reagan was, of course, horrified.
So the late First Lady quickly bought a new blue Jeep Scrambler for the fleet. It is now at the library in Simi Valley.
It's a privilege to be up here. To me, this is hallowed ground. It's wonderful. Reagan loved it up here, and I can see why. I do too.
It's beautiful up there.
It's gorgeous up there.
It was a
National
beautiful
icon
place.
in itself.